Overnight, the entire world changed in a way I couldn't even begin to understand. Global prices collapsed 1,000,000 times over, to the point where strangely, my money was the only thing that wasn't affected. And where I was, going through a blind date arranged by my mom like nothing was a G, and a bride price of 5 mao. And I blinked in confusion before asking, "What? 5 mao?" She nodded like it was completely normal. "Yeah, 5 mao. Let me say it clearly, poor guy." And I quickly shook my head, feeling like I misheard. "No, miss, I think I didn't hear you right. Are you sure it's now? Not a single cent less if you want to marry me." And I just stared at her, completely thrown off, as she added, "I know what I'm asking is a lot, but my parents worked 5 mao. Could she actually be some kind of hidden billionaire?" And before I realized it, I muttered, "You're not some kind of tycoons. Your arrogance smells worse than feet, opening your mouth and talking about UN, and someone winning the lottery. Those overnight rich stories you see on TV, even 5 UN is fake," another voice chimed in. "Exactly, just study hard and find a job where you can..." And the people around him burst into laughter, their mocking voices overlapping as if they were enjoying a show. While I just stood there thinking, what the hell is wrong with people today? Why are they acting like this? Could it really be that the system is playing some kind of trick? This feels so fake. If rich people in this world only earn 1,000,000, then doesn't that mean I'm richer than an entire country right now? And that thought hit me so hard that I almost laughed, my mind drifting for a second as I remembered the girl from looking wild, like I was completely disconnected from reality, until someone suddenly shouted, "Hey, are you getting off or not? If not, get off the bus." And I snapped back, frowning as I said, "I just asked how much it costs. Are you all crazy?" But one of them scoffed and said, "Kid, you keep talking about UN this and UN that. Fine. If you can actually take out a few UN right now, how about I call you dad on the..." Now, I was richer than an entire country, and as that realization settled in, another thought suddenly appeared in my mind. If Liu Ruyan knew I had become a tycoon, wouldn't she jump straight into my arms? Right? After all, the aviation model I bought was supposed to be a birthday gift for her younger brother. I couldn't mess that up, so without wasting any more time, I immediately took a taxi to the airport, thinking about Liu Ruyan, the goddess of my university, someone I had been chasing lobby, just about to call the customer service number from earlier, when suddenly my phone rang, and when I looked at the screen, it was her, Liu Ruyan, and instantly a surge of excitement rushed through me as I thought, this is perfect. I can finally show her who I am now. So I picked up the call and said eagerly, "Hello, babe, I've already prepared Xiaowei's birthday gift. Where are you?" But her cold voice came through immediately. "Don't call me babe, I'm at the platform. Come here, I have something to tell you." And I paused slightly before I get lost. Don't waste time here. Don't stop my sister from boarding a private helicopter. And as I looked at this entire group of clowns, a faint bloodthirsty glint flashed through my eyes, my voice dropping to an icy tone as I said, "Fine. I hope you won't regret this, Liu Ruyan. You white-eyed wolves will regret it one day. And when that time comes, don't come begging me for help." But Yang Wei immediately laughed. "Beg you? With your pathetic loser life? What are you laughing at? Your mental endurance is that weak? 3 UN? The 4 steel coins in my pocket could probably buy this entire airport." And just as the tension was about to explode, someone suddenly said, "What are you all arguing about? Don't you know a top VIP is about to arrive?" And instantly everyone looked up, and I saw a man in a professional suit with black framed glasses walking toward us, and the moment Yang Wei saw him, "Manager Chen, just throw him out. Don't let him dirty your eyes." But before anyone could move, President Chen suddenly shouted, "Who dares to touch him?" His voice carrying such authority, Chen Chuan. And as everyone followed the direction of his finger, I could see their faces turn pale as they stared at the massive aircraft shining under the sunlight, making the helicopter beside it look like nothing more than a toy. And someone stammered, "A Boeing 747? That's a god-level machine worth an astronomical 32 million. If I sold you, you wouldn't even be worth a fraction of it. How could he possibly afford that?" And just as they were all on the verge of suffocating from "See, I told you. He admitted it himself. It's just a cheap model. You almost fooled us." But President Chen didn't react to her at all and simply said, "Mr. Chen Chuan, please provide the order information." And I casually handed him my phone, not thinking much of it, but the moment he glanced at the screen, his pupils shrank instantly, his entire body freezing before he slowly looked up at me and said with absolute certainty, "Audit, a model would have been better." And hearing that, they all looked at me like their brains had stopped working, as if they couldn't process what I just said, while the arrogant man's face turned pale, patient, and snapped, "What are you waiting for? Hurry up and throw them out. Can't you understand what I'm saying?" And the 4 guards exchanged glances before moving forward to drag the siblings away. But Yang Wei panicked and struggled, shouting, "No, I finally got here. I haven't even boarded a helicopter yet. I haven't even seen the cockpit of a Boeing 747. As he kept backing away before suddenly turning and running toward the helicopter, but there was no security, and Liu Ruyan was quickly pushed to the ground, then lifted lifted up by 2 guards and brought right in front of me, while Kubota was still standing there smugly enjoying the scene, until suddenly my voice cut through, "Wait!" and he froze, turning his head stiffly toward me, only to see me staring at him coldly as I said, "There's another piece of trash here that should be thrown out too." And the moment those words hit him, cold sweat. Those words left the secretary in a casual suit completely stunned, because she hadn't been there earlier and had no idea I had casually bought an airplane. She had thought tossing coins was already peak extravagance. But compared to this, buying a model that turned into a real plane was something else entirely. And she could only shake her head with a bitter smile, wondering if this was some bizarre hobby of the ultra-rich. Like that, the scene shifted, and soon the two of us were sitting in an elegant cafe where he leaned back and said, "All right, now tell me, what are you planning to do with that Boeing 747? And I shrugged casually. "What else can I do? Just leave it there? I don't even know how to fly it. Treating it like a giant display model isn't bad either." And he looked at me like he didn't even know how to respond. A giant display model, a 3,210 yuan airplane just for decoration, before shaking his head and saying, "What I mean is, since it's just and he froze for a second, almost unable to believe what he just heard. That's it? No collateral, no guarantees, 25 me. And as I sat there, casually holding what would soon